Hello everyone, in this video, I will explain you what are the different security services and mechanisms are available. The first one we will learn what are the different security services are there. The first one is data confidentiality, second one is data integrity, third is authentication, fourth is non-repudiation, and fifth one is access control. In the previous video, we have already learned the concept of CIA triads, that is security goals like confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The same three concepts are given here, and the rest of two are different, that is non-repudiation and access control. Now we will learn all these services in detailed manner. The first one is data confidentiality. So in case of a confidentiality, we are maintaining the secrecy and privacy of our information. So the information is not made available to the unauthorized party. Second one is data integrity, that is anti-change and anti-replay. So here, whenever the sender and receiver, they are transferring the information, they are exchanging the information between each other, that time sender is sending some message to the receiver. And during the transit, this message will not be modified. So we are maintaining here the integrity of that data. Now the third one is authentication. So in case of authentication, if the user is valid, then only he will get access to particular account or information. So it assures that the recipient's that message is from the source that is claimed to be from. If suppose sender is sending the data and receiver is receiving the information, so sender is claiming that he is the legitimate party and he is sending the information to the receiver. And also receiver is also giving the assurity to he is the correct user to receive the information. So both the sender and receiver has to give the assurance about they are authorized parties to send and receive the information. Now, the next one is non-repudiation. In case of a non-repudiation, what happens if suppose sender is sending the data, so he cannot deny that he has not sent the message to the receiver. And in case of a receiver, if suppose receiver is receive any particular information, then he cannot deny that they have not received any data from the sender. So both the parties, that is sender and the receiver, has give assurance to they are the valid user and they have sent and received the data. So sender will give the assurance about he is sending the data and receiver is giving the assurance about he is receiving the data from the sender. So both the parties cannot deny that they have the copy of that data. That is called as a non-repudiation. So that is the protection against the denial of sending or receiving the information during the communication. That is called as non-repudiation. So we have seen here what do you mean by confidentiality, what do you mean by integrity, what do you mean by authentication. Authentication is nothing but the thing that the peer entity and the data origin will be maintained here. And in case of a non-repudiation, we are maintaining the proof of the origin and proof of the delivery. So who is sending the data, who is source, and who is destination for receiving the data. So the proof of the origin and the proof of the delivery will be maintained in case of a non-repudiation. Now the last one is access control. So in case of access control, whenever the valid user is trying to log in into the system, he can log in by using here his own credential like username, password, their PIN, then fingerprint. So they are using their own credentials to authenticate into the system. After authentication, the person will get access to your account. So in case of authentication, there are multiple entity authentication will happen like student, then staff and admin. So based on their credential, they will get access to particular account. That is called as access control. So in case of access control, they can control who can have access to the resource under what condition. So here admin has more rights than staff and students. Staff is having more rights than student. So based on the categories, based on the access under the conditions will be given, the access will be provided to the particular resources. Now, here the main concept is there for availability. So your data should be available to the authorized party by 24 into 7 hours. So these are the security services will be available. Now we will learn what are the different security mechanisms are there. The first one is encipherment. Suppose you have your plaintext message and whenever we are performing the encryption on your data, this plaintext is converted it into ciphertext. That is called as encipherment. The second one is data integrity. So during the transit, the data will not be tampered and that will be the correct message will be sent from sender to the receiver. And during the transit, this data will not be modified. So in case of a data integrity, it will ensure that our data will be sent in the original format. Now, the third one is digital signature. In case of a digital signature, this will be signed by authorized party. If suppose you are sending some information to the correct destination, then your message will be sent from sender to the receiver and that will be signed by the authorized party. The fourth one is authentication, exchange. So authentication concept we have already learned. The correct user has the authority to access the particular account. Then fifth one is traffic padding. So in case of a traffic padding, suppose we are sending the data like A, B, C from sender to the receiver. So all this data will be transferred during the transit. So all the bits will be transferred once in a while during the transit. So no other data will be missing here whenever we are sending the information from sender to the receiver. So what attacker can do? Attacker will capture the pattern of that particular message and that pattern will be captured by the attacker and they try to modify the contents of the message. So ABC will be replaced with the ADC and likewise. So this pattern will be captured by the attacker, but with the help of traffic padding, we will maintain the security of that data. Then the sixth one will be routing control. So whenever the data will be sent from one route to the another destination, so this will be controlled by the authorized party. Seventh one will be notarization and eighth one will be the access control. So the correct destination, correct message will be transferred from the source to the destination in particular format and the data will be given, the access will be given to the authorized entities with the help of this security mechanism. So here we have learned the concept of security services and mechanism.